Hey guys, TCGLover here. If you're a long-time subscriber of my channel, you notice that I've got a haircut, which is not very often I have a haircut because usually my hair is all over my face. I don't like that now. But yeah, the title of this video is what is going to be in these tins. Something like that. Okay, so we know from the last few days that Evazar Dolka was announced to be the other promo card in the two tins in Wave 1. So obviously we don't know what Wave 2 is yet. However, there is a lot of speculation as to what the super rares are in these tins. It's presumed that it will be the same format as it was last year, where Wave 1 had one really competitive card in both tins, and then Wave 2 had the same thing. So last year was Polar Duality, and then in November in Wave 2 we had Solemn Warning. So you could buy either tin and get the card without having to worry, oh, I should buy this tin to get this and stuff. The only thing where that applied was like Archlord Christie or something. Speculation about what's in these tins. So it's kind of like you have to think about, first factor of this is that both tins in America, we don't know for sure of it in Europe yet, but in America you get 3 Photon Shockwave booster packs and 2 Galactic Overlord booster packs. So obviously if you are conscious about the fact that Konami is a business, it doesn't make sense to be reprinting a large amount of Photon Shockwave secret rares, because if you put all of them inside the pack, inside the super as a super in the tin, then obviously if you pull another one, then you think, oh god, I just pulled another one, what's the point? So it's great to pull it, but the price of the card goes down dramatically, and if you allow the player base to actually buy packs and open and get the cards, then like giving them extra copies seems a little bit silly on a business point, because it makes the packs worth a lot less. Because right now Photon Shockwave is a fantastic set. Even though Evazar Dolka is going to be printed, there's still so many cards. A lot of players are hoping that Rescue Rabbit is going to be in there. They were also hoping that it would be in both of them like it was last year. Yeah, it's a really good card, and obviously you need to play 3 of them, so buying multiple tins would be necessary in that case. However, it's one of the chase cards of the set, so it's kind of iffy. It's like it can go either way, but I personally don't think it's going to be in there because of the fact of that. But it really does need a reprint, so it's kind of more likely that it will be in Wave 2 tins as one of the promo cards like Evazar Dolka. It'll be in one of those instead. Maybe that will be after the ban list happens, so maybe they'll reprint Rabbit right after it's been touched by the ban list, so it might be semi-limited or limited, so players can get hold of it, but it won't have as much power. So that means you can have numbers, but not so much everyone playing the derpiest deck of the format. I reckon that Evazar Yugioh is going to get reprinted as well. More likely going to be an Excalibur tin than the Dolka one, because it can get people to buy both, especially if you're making Dino Rabbits. Also, Evazar Dolka, you know, in Konami's eyes, it's supposed to be promoting Evos, and Photon Shockwave has the beginning of the Evo archetype, as well as Evazar Dolka being one of the most important cards in the deck, and it's a secret rare, like the only secret rare in the whole deck, so it's the most expensive card. That makes sense to reprint it, but why not reprint Yugioh as well? So that could be possible. You know, Dino Rabbits use it, and it's just an all-round fantastic card. So that's possible. I also think that Wind Up Rabbit could be reprinted. As I said quite a few times now in this video, that Konami are not going to cut into their profit margins and start reprinting all of these Photon Shockwave secret rares. However, Wind Up Rabbit is one card that is useful in wind-ups, and it's kind of assumed that you're going to play 3 of them because of the fact that you can abuse stuff like Wind Up Factory and get back stuff like Wind Up Rat and reuse Rat and stuff like that. So it's quite necessary to play the deck properly, so it could be in here. And they did say that wind-ups aren't going to get touched by the ban list, so if you get hold of this before the ban list gets announced, because it'll be a few days before, you might have got yourself a wind-up deck ready for the next format. So apart from cards that are competitively useful, there's also other cards as well which could be placed in the tins for other reasons. Like last year I think we got a few cards that were really rubbish. They were mainly for jump cards though. But also we might get a card that I've been waiting for quite a while, ever since it was announced a couple of months ago. I know that it was probably going to be a secret rare in a booster set in the future. I think that it's probably going to find itself in the tins. Yeah. So Miracle Contact. Yeah, it seems possible that this could be in the tins. It's very handy, and it's one of those cards that Konami probably want to get out of the way. Yeah, it just seems like a kind of card that Konami would definitely try and get out of the way. to it gives elemental heroes something to play with, but really it really helps any competitive deck right now. So Konami might reprint it for the fun casual players to buy the tins, but that's pretty much it really. So yeah, next up is a couple of cards which I feel are going to be in the tins because of the fact that they're not available to European players. They did that last year. They did a Malefic Stardust Dragon, which was fantastic for me since I play Gravekeepers. Yeah, I think that Mechlord Emperor Wythor is going to be in these tins. Last year in a YCS, Mystic Pipers had quite a good showing in I think they got top 4 in YCS Long Beach, the biggest YCS. The difference between player base in different countries is the gap starts to increase quite a lot when jump cards become very important for decks. Like Shooting Quasar Dragon, Mechlord Emperor Wythor are both cards which have quite an impact in the deck they're used in, and me as a player from the UK, I can't use those cards at all, so reprinting them just makes sense. It's a fantastic card, and it's one of those cards that allows a whole new deck type to come in, the quick draw Road Warrior deck, which I really want to play around with, but I can't do that unless I have this card. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm speculating. It could be a whole group of random cards. I think you should comment below, as well as like and subscribe of course, but comment below and tell me what you reckon is going to be in these tins. There's not really much else to say, so yeah, thanks for watching guys. TCGLover out.